Hey, Sarah. I hear that you've decided to get married to Andy now, right?
What are you trying to ask me about? I already told you before that he proposed to me and that we got engaged, right? So, of course, I've decided to marry him.
But that was about half a year ago, right? And this whole time since then, you haven't brought him over to see your parents. I haven't even been able to talk with his parents at all about either of you both. Are you guys moving along with all your planning for this marriage all right? I'm sure that me asking you over and over is getting a bit annoying for you, but I'm just a little nervous about what's going on there.
If you feel that you're being annoying right now, then maybe you should stop bugging me all the time. And by the way, Andy has already met with the family and his parents were able to meet with Dad just last week.
What? He came over to our house already? And last week his parents got to meet with your dad?
I'm so sorry, Jill. I don't really want to have Andy meeting with you. So I made sure to have him over here as well as have his parents meet with Dad, all while you were at work.
Huh?
So now that you're aware of all that, preparations for our marriage are going fine, so stop worrying about me now. We are able to get everything done as long as you keep your nose out of it.
Hold it right there, Sarah. What do you mean you did all of that stuff on days I was at work? And what's this about you not even wanting me to meet him? Why would you not want me meeting him?
You already know the reason for that. You are not my real mom.
What?
I never told Andy that my dad ended up getting married to another woman. So having him meet you now would be a whole lot of explaining I'd have to do on my part, and that's a pain.
Why haven't you told him anything about how your dad got remarried? It's not like having a parent who has gotten remarried is a rare thing these days, right?
Huh? Are you being serious right now? Even if having a parent get remarried isn't very rare anymore, it brings up all kinds of red flags. People begin to wonder if things are okay between both the parents. And some people will want to know why my real mother isn't around anymore. I don't want onlookers to start questioning about things like that. I hate that.
I understand that there will be people that will ask those sorts of questions. You do have to be a little more open with people when it comes to your past. But nothing bad ever happened with you in the past, and for as far back as I can remember, I've been your real mom. I would be able to explain things for you as well if you want, and I'm sure that Andy and his parents will understand. They most likely won't even care that I'm not your biological mother.
Stop acting like all of that could be so easy. There's still a chance that Andy or his parents see this family as a broken one and think that there's something wrong with me before running off, right? They will learn about how my actual mother threw me away after I was born. They will think I'm a child not worth being loved, and then what will I be able to do about it?
All you have to do is tell them things are fine with you. You and I can even tell them that for the past 20 years now, you've had me as your mother and you've been a wonderful daughter for me. Tell them that as of right now, our family is full of love. And actually, if they really were to have issues with you not being with your biological mother now, then they are not probably worth being family to.
Stop messing around. Andy thinks that I'm a 1 in a million girl and the best woman for him right now. And to me, I feel the same way because he's from a famous university, is becoming a doctor now, and has lots of money. I will not allow a man like him to get away from me. I'm going to get married to this man no matter what.
Then you'd better hurry things up, Missy, and explain that your dad is married to me and that I've been like your mom for 20 years now. I know it may be difficult to say them now, but I promise it's easier to explain now than it will be later. There really is no reason to hide something like this from him and his family. Please explain the truth to Andy right now.
Hawk, shut up already! I have this all thought out already, so shut up! You're not even my real mom, so stop trying to give me freaking advice. All you are is some old hag that's just been living with me and my dad in this freaking house for 20 years.
Whoa there! What did you just say to me?
Just don't say anything to my fiancé or his family, okay? If you go telling him about yourself behind my back, then I will seriously make you regret that choice for the rest of your life.
Sarah, what is going on here? I just arrived at the wedding venue and the staff are telling me I can't go in. They keep telling me I'm not invited to this wedding and that I need to go away.
Sorry about that, Jill. But now that you see I mean business, I need my fake mommy to go away, please. Make sure you get out of here quickly so my fiance's family don't see who you are.
Huh? Fake mommy?
I really wanted my real mom to be at my wedding day, so I thought that I never tell him about how dad got married to you after my mom ran off. And so far, I've done a great job of hiding you from all of them, right? That's why I wanted you getting as far away from here as possible today, so you don't screw things up for me. I don't need a person like you here today.
I can't believe you, Sarah. You have all these things you should be talking about with your fiancé, yet it's now the day of your guys' wedding and you haven't explained a single thing.
I have no desire to explain things to him and his family that comes with potential risks. I really want this wedding to go well and for me to be married to this guy.
Well, your wedding is going to fail if you don't explain this to them. You can turn me away all you want, but that's not going to make your actual mother show up today.
She's going to come here. I already went and sent her an invitation to this wedding as well. And she said okay to coming today.
What?
It might have been 20 years now since we've last seen one another, but I knew her being my real mom meant she wanted to be here to see me. And even Dad said he's supporting me on my choice today. This wedding will be totally fine even with you sitting back at home.
So even Christian is supporting having his ex-wife here? I wonder what that should mean to me now. Who am I to the both of you then? Because originally I thought that I was your mom after I spent 20 years of my life raising you. Yet now you're saying I can't be here to see your wedding today?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Actually, I have never once thought of you as my mom in any way.
What?
All you are to me is the fake mother my dad dragged into our house. Dad just needed someone to be around the house and do all the chores after my mom left. That's why he ended up marrying you and letting you sleep with us. He might have called you his wife, but I have never thought of you as my mom.
Sarah, are you sure that's what you really want to be saying right now? I understand that you don't have to call me your real mom or anything like that. But I have raised you for 2 decades now as my daughter and deserve at least a little respect for that. I wanted to help both your dad and you out, and that's why I spent so long putting in a ton of effort. So how are you able to say something so cruel to me?
You really need to shut up again. Just go the hell home already, you old hag. Nobody needs you here. I invited my actual mom to be here today, so get lost. You're not even on the list of guests who should be here today.
All right then, I'm leaving.
Bye-bye now, you old fart. Now that you're useless to everyone here, you can go and live out the rest of your life on the couch watching soap operas on TV. We'll all be here today enjoying my wedding as I have fun with my real mom and dad.
I will say, though, that you won't be making any good memories at that wedding today. And once you've experienced all of that, good luck taking care of the mess on your own.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean I'll only be making bad memories today?
I would like you to learn about that firsthand. Now I'm going home, but it's probably going to suck going straight back home from here. I'll go stop somewhere and grab a bite to eat or something beforehand.
What am I going to do, Jill? My real mom isn't coming to my wedding today.
Oh my, what could that be? You already told me how she said okay to coming today, right?
I want to ask the same freaking thing. It's past time for her to be here with me, and I've tried calling her 15 times now, but the call just immediately ends every time. And then when I finally thought that I got a text from her, all she was doing was telling her that she didn't want to come, so she's not coming.
Well, that's too bad.
There's no way this is happening. I went through all that trouble to invite her, and she went and canceled last minute on me. I guess my mom has still not learned her dang lesson yet. What the hell does she mean by never giving me an answer to the invitation, and that I just assumed she'd come? She has no right saying that to me after canceling just now.
What? So she never actually said okay to coming there today? Yet you just assumed she'd be coming?
Of course I assumed she'd come. She was the one that gave birth to me, right? This is the wedding of her daughter she spent 9 months making. Is there really a mom like that who would cancel last minute on the day of her daughter's wedding after all the trouble of giving birth to her?
There really is a mom like that though, Sarah. So would you please stop your whining and just have your wedding? I will never go to your wedding today, so stop it.
What?
I'm sorry for interrupting your little temper tantrum here. I wasn't really paying any attention and accidentally picked up Jill's phone.
Well, wait a second. Is this you, Mom? What? Is this really you, Mom? My real mom? The one that gave birth to me?
Yes, it's me. And right now, I'm here with Jill having some drinks at this restaurant. We just ordered our lunches and will soon to be having some really good food with our mimosas. So would you please stop interrupting us?
Wait. What's going on here? Why is my mom and Jill having lunch right now with one another? Today is the day of my wedding, and you cancel last minute to go out for lunch with her?
I did not cancel last minute, you brat. I said long ago that I wouldn't be coming by never RSVPing to your wedding. You're the only one who thought that I'd be there today, just by assuming I said okay.
Really? Hold on a second. I can't keep up with what's going on here. I want to know why the hell the both of you are having lunch together. You are my real mom, and that woman is my fake mom, right? My dad's ex-wife and his current wife, you guys have never met one another before, yet you're going out for lunch right now?
Jesus Christ, would you comment? You're like a spastic little rat right now, texting so quickly and including so many exclamation points. Now, I'm happy that you recognize the obvious thing, because I'm your dad's ex and she's his current wife. And as for what you're confused about, this is actually our first time meeting one another in person.
Huh? So, it really is your first time?
You and Jill were just talking to one another a little bit ago, right? Well, she got tired of dealing with you and started to text me. She wanted to inform me that she was not allowed in your wedding and had to go home. So she then had the great idea of inviting me out to eat. She didn't want to go back home to just sit there and text with you all day after how annoying you've already been. So I was asked if I wanted to come out and have some lunch and mimosas, and of course I couldn't say no to that.
So that's how you both met up today and are having lunch together now? Why the hell did you both know one another's phone number, though? I have no idea how that can just happen.
Stop yelling, please. You want to know how? I spent a lot of time looking around for her phone number. And then I asked her a favor over text. I asked for her to tell you to stop texting and calling me for good.
Huh?
Well, no matter how many times I told you to stop talking to me, you just kept coming. So I asked her to please make sure you stopped all of that. I tried to be nice to you by saying I didn't want to talk anymore, but every time you'd say for your real mom to not be so mean to you. And that I didn't need to worry about being your dad's ex-wife. Just those two responses over and over and over again. I had enough and had to ask Jill to shut you the hell up.
What? Wait a second. Mom? You actually went and texted Jill? You didn't tell her anything you weren't supposed to, right?
Oh, well, could you explain to me right now what those things I wasn't supposed to tell her was? Are you talking about how you went and asked for me to meet your fiancé's parents instead of with your mom that's been raising you? Or that whole lie you and your dad have been telling everyone about me throwing you both away? when really it was you two that kicked me out of your lives and told me to get lost. Were those the kinds of things I wasn't supposed to tell her?
Hold on.
Oh, wait. So you just thought that I might have forgotten to say anything about the details? Because from what you guys were telling Jill, I was a terrible wife and mother that never did any of the chores or took good enough care of you, right? Even though I worked my ass off for the both of you to be happy, and yet you still both talked down to me all this time, even after your dad divorced me and kicked me out of the house.
Wait, please. I'm asking you to please not tell any of that to Jill for me.
Aw, I'm so sorry, Sarah. Jill already knows every single detail about that now.
What?
After I told her all of this, she was kind enough to fill me in on all the things you were lying about regarding me. Things like how your dad would tell her that I was to blame for you being a little brat, and that I was the one who divorced your dad and left you both without saying anything. But guess what? Even after 20 years of hearing that from the both of you regarding me, she knew something was up, and when I reached out to her, she said you guys were really lying to her.
You're lying. You really went and talked about all that with Jill already?
Yes, I made sure that conversation didn't end until she knew everything about me. I told her that about how the reason you've always been such a pile of crap is because your father raised you to hate the housewife like myself. And when he could have done something to prevent you from getting carried away with all that name-calling and abuse, he just sat there laughing. His reason for just laughing and not saying for you to stop was that he didn't want you to start hating him. And so he just went along with you and continued to dig into me. I told Jill about all those days of my life where I had to live through hell with you two, and all the details with that. And it seems that the two of you still talk crap about me even though it's been 20 freaking years.
What?
Jill listened very closely to everything I told her, and when she would tell me each time how you both would change those stories to make me look like the bad guy. Both you and Christian are so amazing at making every little story seem like you guys did nothing wrong at all and you were just victims. And Jill had believed for so long that you guys were being honest with her. And on top of that, she raised you for those 20 years as though you were her real daughter. Yet, you just went and told her she wasn't allowed at your wedding and sent her away. You really have not changed one bit since the day I was forced to leave. I knew right from the moment you started to talk to me again about how you were getting married that I should not go to your wedding. And that was the correct choice by a long shot.
Don't say something like that, please. Please come here. I will apologize to you later for all that happened back then, so please, if you come to this wedding and I won't make fun of you or talk bad about you anymore. Why would you say you don't want to be here when you're my real mother?
Wow, I would love to say those exact things to the past you. Why would you treat me so poorly and call me terrible names when you're my real daughter? Day by day, I was called a useless old hag by you, and day by day, I was treated like your slave. I will never forget all the terrible things you've done to me, and I will never forgive you.
No, Mom.
Now, you have yourself one hell of a wedding. Us two moms will be enjoying ourselves a few dissenters of mimosas and talking about how much fun being a divorced woman is.
Please, Jill. Right now it's fine that you'll be my mom, so please come to the wedding. Right now my fiancé and his parents are all asking to see my mom. I can't keep them fooled any longer, so please come here quickly.
Why do you still need to fool them anyway, though? Tell them that you had the mom who raised you for 20 years turned away from your wedding. And then tell them that your real mom that gave birth to you hates your guts and will not be coming.
You think I can say something like that to them? Listen, even Dad is wanting to apologize to you. He keeps saying that he's sorry for always making you take care of me all these years as well.
It's too late for you guys to be apologizing now. He was even okay with you turning me away from your wedding. So there's really no turning back from that for either of you.
He only agreed and supported me because I told him to.
There we go. There we go. That's the thing I've always hated about your father and that Bev was talking about. He will never say no or go against anything you say. I know you might not have been aware of this, but I've been having a really bad time with you both. But every time I'd go to your dad and ask him about your attitude, he'd tell me it's all his ex's fault you're such a brat and to not get upset with you. The thing is, though, he can blame Bev all he wants, but he was raising you alongside her all that time, so what the hell was he really doing there?
Jill? What happened to you? What happened to the really nice Jill I always really knew?
That Jill died about 20 years ago and has been living as a ghost inside me for the past 2 decades. But she was set free by Bev, and now you're left with the real Jill.
What?
She had stuck around as a ghost all that time because she was still believing in the dream that died along with her. That dream of having a loving family that would respect her for all the effort she put in. But all these years, you both have done nothing but treat me like crap, even making sure to talk about your real mom like trash. Well, since the nice ghost is long gone now, you're left with the real Jill, who can easily tell you're both not worth my time anymore. And now, let me introduce you to your dad's second divorce. Congratulations, woohoo! Now, would you tell him that for me?
What? Another divorce?
Now, neither Bev nor myself have to be your mother. And neither of us have any reason to be at your wedding. So now that you're aware of that, don't talk to me ever again.
Wait. You can at least divorce my dad, but at least come to my wedding and help me out here. This is your daughter, who you've raised for 20 years. Wedding, you know. Are you trying to say that you're fine with this whole wedding being ruined now?
I want your wedding to go up in flames. Goodbye forever now, you little brat. Now that it's past 12, Bev and I are cracking open a bottle of champagne and are getting wasted to celebrate. As for what happened at Sarah's wedding right after that, she tried to explain the truth of what happened to her fiancé and his parents. But after telling them about how she had her mother of 20 years turned away from the wedding, all because she didn't want her fiancé knowing about her dad getting remarried 20 years ago, they stood there in disbelief. Then both of her fiancé's parents looked her in the eye and said the wedding was off, and that their son would not be marrying a lying, selfish, ungrateful woman such as herself. The wedding was then canceled officially, and as everyone was leaving, Sarah tried to convince her fiancé to stay with her, only for him to say that he could never see himself marrying such a bitch, before turning away and running out. Then the cost of that whole wedding ended up falling on Sarah's shoulder, making her the one responsible for paying it off. When it comes to myself, right after that fiasco was over, I told my husband that the divorce was happening, and not a day later we were officially separated. Then I left that house of theirs and am now sharing a house with my new friend Bev. Back when we had that lunch together, under the influence of a lot of alcohol, we agreed that after I left Christian, I should move into her place. So that's what we did after that divorce, and I have to say every day here has been wonderful with her so far.